but I feel we can do even better here in Tropico, with the finest healthcare in the world, which would only encourage tourists to come here to get all their nose jobs and tummy tucks done. Good morning, everyone. Dave from the wee hours here, back with some more Tropico 6 Beta in what will likely be the last Tropico 6 Beta episode. I have been, if you've been following this, bulk recording this as the beta comes to the close. So I am basically traveling in time from the past to you. Although you are seeing this in the future, I am rapidly recording this before the beta closes, and I think I've got time to do one more episode before we lose the beta. We have entered the Cold War era, long from completing the game. There's a whole lot more Tropico 6 to come, but I won't have time to do it before the beta closes. We are in the Cold War era. The World War era has ended, weirdly in 1929, which doesn't make a lot of sense historically, but for our free citizens of Tropico, it's just fine. And we've got some things we need to address here. Hi, Colonel Buck Scott. Apparently we need to address you. Presidente, subversives are everywhere. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. You want an export trade route with the Western powers. Well, coincidentally, Colonel Buck Scott, if you'd been paying attention, we set that up at the end of the last episode. The boat's on its way. 2 of them, in fact. 2 of them. Yes, we will absolutely accept that. I would not be surprised if the communists popped up and asked for the same thing, but we've got that going too. We're going to straddle the fence between the communists and the Western Bloc as long as we can, as we did with the Allied powers until we're forced to make a choice. General Rodriguez, my old pal, I built you a lot of things. Have a nuclear program. It's 1930. I don't think we're at that level yet. You're going to give me 15 grand for that, though. I'm going to accept it for now and just see how complicated that is. If I need to discard it later, it's only -5 with the militarists. I think we can eat that. Pause it a second for me. El Presidente must collect his thoughts here. Where is nuclear power, by the way? Is that under industry? Hang on, where does nuclear power live? Well, I'm going to tell you, General Rodriguez, El Presidente is a little befuddled as to what you mean by nuclear program. You're saying have nuclear program. I'm not 100% sure where that lives, General Rodriguez. We have a nuclear power plant. Is that what you mean by that? I mean, I can't afford it. El Presidente's funds are being used to benefit the free people of Tropico, but I don't see sort of a nuclear program per se. Is that possibly in research? Is that sitting around here somewhere? I don't immediately see it. I'm not 100% sure. Cold War. Here we go. I was in the wrong era. That makes much more sense. Okay, is there nuclear program here? Is that a thing? Nuclear power plant again. All right. General Rodriguez, could you possibly be a little bit more clear as to what you mean by this? Do you mean nuclear testing? Because, I'd be okay with receiving $100,000. You know what? I don't even care if this is what you mean or not. This is what El Presidente wants. But decrease his standing with each faction by 15. Not right now. Not right now. Okay, we'll have to come back to the research area, because there's a lot going on here. El Presidente has a lot on his plate at the moment. We'll queue up basic stuff like immigration and media independence. We'll unlock some new constitution topics. That part's fine. Alternative food source. Citizens will not die of starvation. We have plenty of food here in Tropico. El Presidente has harvested the rich bounty that is Tropico, and there are tons of things to eat, including crocodile meat. Threshold is increased by 10 for citizens dying below healthcare. Yeah, that's all fun. That's all fun. We'll do the Constitution topics first. General Rodriguez, I'm a little fuzzy on what you mean by have a nuclear program. I'll do the best I can. There's no time limit. So at some point I'll figure it out, General Rodriguez. Right now we have other issues to deal with. The garbage dump is finished. And this apartment building, nestled comfortably between the garbage dump, the nickel plant, and across the road from the coal power plant, that is some desirable housing right there. Never let it be said that El Presidente does not gift you with fine affordable housing. Speaking of fine affordable housing, it's tourist era. We can finally attract some tourists to Tropico, and why wouldn't we? Look at the beauty of Tropico. Why would you not come here on vacation? Possibly not to the industrial area with the garbage dump and the power plant, but everything else is looking really cool. You could come over to Gold Island, where El Presidente has gifted you a circus. Now, where is our tour? We don't have any money, but where's our tourist area likely to begin? Obviously, we want to focus on Stonehenge. Speaking of Stonehenge, now that I say that out loud, El Presidente has many things on his mind. We have a new raid building. We have the commando garrison. What could you guys do? Open your raid screen. We could heist the Eiffel Tower. It's high time that the Eiffel Tower was returned to Tropico. Right now you're treasure hunting. That's good. That's fine. What's guerrilla patrol? Commandos assault the resistance. Okay, that's nice. Intimidate neighbors. Decrease Caribbean happiness by 5%. We're just going to get all aggro on people. Okay, neat. Heist the Eiffel Tower. Let's just make sure we're getting that up and running. We're clearly, it is high time that Stonehenge was gifted with a valuable neighbor like the Eiffel Tower. For too long, the French have held the Eiffel Tower out of the hands of the free citizens of Tropico, where it rightfully belongs historically. We will get that back, citizens of Tropico. Be assured of that. Hear the words of El Presidente. We will get the Eiffel Tower back. There's another fire, citizens of Tropico. There's another fire. One of these shanty houses is burning to the ground, which is good. That's a good thing. That is an aggressive redevelopment program, and I appreciate that. However, if the people in the fire station down the street wanted to get over there... Oh, there they are. I saw them show up. Thank you, Penultimo. Yes, we built a garbage dump, and there's less pollution now. Thank you. Yes, the fire trucks have turned up to finish the urban redevelopment program. That is good. Perhaps we need better housing in that area. We can't afford it right now, people of Tropico, but perhaps we need better housing in the shanty area there. Possibly our citizens who choose not to avail themselves of the fine residential housing over here by the garbage dump and the nickel plant, maybe they don't put up their own shacks in the middle of the street. Possibly that is going to decrease our tourist value, and that's what we want to focus on if we want to get some money. Mason Belmonte and Marco Moreno, we must balance between the capitalists and the communists, set the Constitution on media independence to sponsored content, that's nice, or build a hospital. Well, I would love to build a hospital, Marco. We don't actually have any money. At all. Like zero money do we have. We have negative $22,000, Marco. I am going to take your build a hospital thing. And if we fail, we fail. If we can get some money coming in, I would genuinely like to build a hospital, because obviously we have the best doctors in the world here in Tropico. We just need to give them somewhere to do their doctoring. We just need to give them a place to do it. We have some clinics, but I feel we can do even better here in Tropico with the finest healthcare in the world, which would only encourage tourists to come here to get all their nose jobs and tummy tucks done. Yeah, we're still flat broke, but I noticed that Pirate Penultimo found the blueprint for a souvenir shop. Well done, Pirate Penultimo. Show me tourism, please. Have we indeed unlocked that? Is that a thing we can do right now? I would assume that would live... There we go, souvenir shop. No. You say you found a souvenir shop. Did you flat out find one? Do I have one to build? Because I don't have the blueprint, Penultimo. Don't have that. I think you lied to me, Pirate Penultimo. Lying to El Presidente gets you a visit to the crocodile farm. Let's all remember that. We have the crocodile farm. The fence is not crocodile-proof. Remember that, Pirate Penultimo. Well, as we struggle a little bit, but we struggle together, citizens of Tropico, we all struggle together. El Presidente struggles with you. The fact that El Presidente has a Swiss bank account with money in it, you should pay no heed to. I am struggling with you. But as we struggle for funds, we could invite a superpower to our embassy. possibly favor one of the superpowers. Where are we at with them? We are a little more favored with the Eastern Bloc, but I would not mind being favored with the Western powers. So what if we invited the West to our embassy? Come on in, guys. Just come on in. I'm particularly looking to get up to 71% so we can ask for financial aid. Because we're cash poor but resource rich here in Tropico. We are a bountiful land. We just don't have a lot of the readies on hand at the moment. Ah, Penultimo, you have changed your disguise from pirate to commando, and I wholeheartedly approve. We need a diversion to complete the de-riveting operation. Yes, you are working on the Eiffel Tower. Well, I don't believe we actually make cheese, Penultimo, Commando Penultimo, so gather 500 units of cigars, because I'm pretty confident we do that, right? That's a thing that we do. Do we have a cigar factory? It's largely irrelevant, citizens of Tropico, because we're again a teensy tiny bit cash poor, and I feel belts must be tightened. We must struggle together here. I'm going to have to start decreasing the wages of all of the workers, all fairly, mind you, fairly decreasing the wages of everyone. Everyone will be affected. Except the dock, because that's where the money comes in. But apart from that, everyone will be affected. We must tighten our belts, people. Even El Presidente might funnel less money into, and maybe not the power plant, less money into his Swiss bank account than he has in the past. I'm not saying no money, because I know you, the citizens of Tropico, want me to be comfortable so that I can govern you effectively, but possibly our belts need to be tightened a tiny, itsy-bitsy little bit here. And probably not the military either. What are you lacking? It's the commando garrison. What do you believe you're lacking? Empty in stock of what? Raid points? I don't know. Okay, what are you? The fire station. Yeah, it's not a fire. It's an aggressive urban redevelopment program, so go ahead and have a fire. Well, oh dear. The good news is you've set a record. The bad news is it's for runaway national debt, Penultimo. I notice you've taken your disguise off. That must mean you're serious. We failed. We failed. Just in case, I have a duffel bag ready to stuff full of the palace valuables and tickets to somewhere far. You and I are going off into the sunset, Penultimo. How does that sound, Penultimo? That sounds wonderful. Just wonderful. Well, I started this episode with this will likely be the last part of Tropico 6 Beta, and apparently that has come to pass, as we were not able to quickly enough dig ourselves out of the minor financial flaws that may or may not have been created here in the free state of Tropico, but I had a ton of fun doing it, Penultimo, and I know you did too. I know you be you, Penultimo. You're all right in my book. But there it is. There's the Tropico 6 Beta. We've failed on the financial aspect. Possibly there were decisions that could have been made better, but not by me. I'm putting this squarely on the shoulders of Penultimo. I love you, Penultimo, but you're a terrible financial planner. You should never have allowed me to build that circus. What were you thinking? So there's the Tropico 6 Beta. Probably by the time this comes out, this will be available in its full version. I believe that's March 29th, so probably as you're seeing this, it'll be the next day or so, depending on when this actually gets released. But there's what I could do with the Tropico 6 Beta before the beta closed. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I had a ton of fun playing this. I love the Tropico series, and Tropico 6 is a welcome addition to it. I'll look forward to playing it more when it's eventually released. Again, I believe the 29th. If you enjoyed the series, do please let me know in the comments down below what you think of Tropico 6. I had a ton of fun playing it. I hope you had a ton of fun watching it. And if you enjoyed the video, do please leave a like down below. It does cheer me up no end when people do that. And if you're new to the channel, maybe just checking it out for the first time, feel free to hit that subscribe button and see more of this ridiculous nonsense. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time. Wow. You could have hepatitis or golfer's elbow. I feel we should be able to narrow it down a little better. I mean, I'm not saying I'm a doctor, but I'm saying I might be able to know the difference between golfer's elbow or hepatitis. First thing I'd ask is, do you play golf? Where are you going?